always wins. What's up guys, GimR the video game scientist from VG Bootcamp here. Recently, I discovered an Ice Climbers Infinite. And here it is.
Two hours later.
Now, before you get up in arms, it only works on the following characters. And yes, it's kind of hard to pull off. That being said, the Peach Infinite in Smash 4 was said to be unviable and too impossible, but Umeki was pulling it off a lot, even though it took like a minute into the Infinite for it to actually kill. Also, just to be clear, in this video, I did it with stale moves off because it gets to a point where it starts doing 1.1% damage. This means at that point, you need to do 10 loops just to do 11%. That's fine though, because Ice Climbers have tremendous kill power when desynced. Plus, you can use the Infinite to push people towards the edge, making kill options earlier, but we'll get to that later. So, how do you do the Ice Climbers Infinite? The setup's pretty simple because you can start it from their jab desync. If you don't know what their jab desync is, I made a video a couple weeks back. Click it right here. If you don't know what it is, watch that first. Alright, so to do the Infinite, you want to dash. Within 4 frames of dashing, jab. After jabbing, press forward on the control stick so Nana runs after the desync starts. Then tap the jump button twice. This will cause Popo to jab and Nana to footstool the opponent while they're in stun from the jab. This is where the loop starts. After the footstool, you want to buffer a diagonal down and away air dodge with Nana. But when you do this, you want to release shield as soon as possible so Popo doesn't buffer a spot dodge. After about 4 frames of holding down forward on the control stick, let go. Next, you want to jab with Popo between frames 5 and 7 of Nana landing on the ground from the air dodge. After Nana comes out of air dodge landing lag, she'll start sliding towards Popo and eventually end up inside the opponent. When this happens, you want to tap jump twice so Nana buffers a footstool while they're still in stun from the jab. And then the loop starts over again. After 4 or 5 loops of the Infinite, the opponent gets pushed far away enough that after Nana does the air dodge, she gets pushed out of Popo's range and kind of disconnects from him, and the Infinite stops. To stop this from happening, you have to do the following every 5th loop or so. When doing the down forward air dodge with Nana, instead of letting go of the control stick, slide the control stick forward, kind of like a Hadouken motion. Then let go of the control stick right before jabbing with Popo. This will cause Popo to slide forward before jabbing and make it so Nana won't be outside of that range to continue the Infinite. And like I said before, you want to do this every 4 or 5 loops. You can actually do this every loop if you want to continually push your opponent towards the edge as fast as possible. I know people are going to ask about SDIing the jab, but let me explain why that most likely won't work. In Ultimate, the inside of the character's jab pushes the opponent away, and the outside of the jab sucks the opponent in. So if you're on the outside of Popo's jab and you try to SDI away, it'll cancel out because the jab's sucking you in. Same thing happens if you try to SDI in. You'll eventually get pushed so far in that the inside part of the jab will push you away and it'll cancel your SDI input in. The only way to escape this Infinite from SDI is to get 2 inputs of SDI per jab twice in a row. This is incredibly difficult to do. That being said, if the Ice Climber decides to do the version of the Infinite where they're constantly walking forward with Popo every loop, you can't even SDI out. Anyways, you can end the Infinite in multiple ways. The first is to get the opponent to F-smash kill range, footstool with Nana, and then instead of air dodging down, instead do a side B away, and then forward smash with Popo. The other is to get the opponent semi-close to the edge, squall hammer the opposite direction of the opponent, and then dash forward with Popo. This will cause the squall hammer to combo into itself and get the opponent even closer to the edge as Popo follows them. Then, grab them near the edge, desync down throw forward air, and spike them. And that's the Infinite. Setups aren't that difficult because you're starting from the jab desync. Definitely, like I said before, watch the video that I made previously about it, because in that video I go through all the setups and how easy it is to start it. All this being said, I'm sure you noticed that this does not work on tall characters. But because they are tall, you can do some cool things out of the jab footstool. If you watched my jab desync video, you know that jab desync into Blizzard barely doesn't combo. But if you do the jab desync into footstool and then have Nana Blizzard and Popo jab them right when the footstool animation is over, because it's Nana, she's still being pulled towards Popo, so she won't fly up off a footstool like Popo normally would. And there's just enough time for the jab to combo into the blizzard as she comes down. This gives Popo the freedom to do whatever he wants during Nana's blizzard. If you don't want to learn the infinite, I suggest you at least learn this jab footstool desync, because I think it's going to lead to a bunch of new options that we didn't even think about before. Because lately, Ice Climber players have just been focusing on like weird air footstool stuff, and I don't think it's that good because aerial footstools can be DI'd, and grounded footstools, you can't do anything. You're just stuck in place, and it basically gives you an extra 20 frames to do whatever you want to your opponent. So to the Ice Climber players in the Ice Climber Discord, I suggest you guys get to work on this. Look for different cool setups. It might lead to some fairly interesting and useful 0 to deaths. We'll see. Anyways, that's it for me. If you liked the video, consider giving it a like. If you like my content, consider subscribing. And if you really, really like it, consider hitting that bell for notifications. You should know I try to only put out the best of the best content. I'll try not to spam it too much. Anyways, I'm really busy. I got things to do. It's back to the lab with me. I'll see you guys next time. If you don't want to learn the infinite.
Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab again. Uh-oh, back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab again. We messed up. Back to the lab again. Not again. Back to the lab.